Okay, so to connect these two, it says to knit all the way up until this very last stitch, and then we're going to slip slip knit. So I'm just going to take this last stitch off my needle and put it onto this other needle that I have for my side that was on hold, and then I'm going to do that slip slip. Oh, let me do that again. Slip slip knit. So it's knitting those two pieces together and connecting the two. And because this was our last stitch on our other side, that tail's kind of long, so I'm just gonna pull that tail a bit. And then any gap that you end up with will work itself out as we start to get into those rows a little bit more. And we can also fix it with weaving in our ends. So let me just continue the pattern. Knit through the back loop, purl, knit through the back loop, purl, knit through the back loop, slip. We're on this side, so we're gonna make one left, and then knit to the end. And that's how you join the two front sides together. And then you'll just keep knitting flat to however your pattern says, however long you need to go. Remember I said I think mine, I just went ahead and joined the body. I didn't knit anymore. But if you feel like you want the front to be a little bit longer, you can knit a couple more rows. As much as you want, or as much as the pattern calls for. It says measure however long from the armhole, so I would measure from this section down to however extra more you need. Okay, so I went ahead and did a couple of rows so you could see what it would look like as it starts to close up. And like I said, it has kind of this little gap here now, but just pulling that string closes it up, and then once we weave this in, that'll be done. But those are the two sides joined, and then so yep, just go as long as your pattern tells you, and then we'll be ready to join the sides here in a second. Okay, so to measure to see if you're long enough, just kind of start right here in the middle where we joined. It says the outer armhole edge, but it's pretty much the same. So I'm gonna go from here and down to here. So I'm about 17 and a half, and I'm doing the size 1, so that's a little bit longer, but no worries. And then we're ready to join the sides. So to join the sides, it wants you to end on a wrong side row. So we just purled all the way to the end. So that's where we're at. And let's see. So we're gonna, and we've taken out all the markers here in this front part because we were just knitting in stockinette for however long you needed to, if you needed to. And it's going to want us to, it's setting up that little middle side seam that we're going to be doing. So first one, we knit through the back loop, purl 1, knit through the back loop, purl 1, knit through the back loop, purl 1, and place a marker, and then knit all the way across. Okay, so we knit all the way across to the last 7 stitches, and it wants us to place a marker and restart our pattern here. So knit through the back loop, purl 1, knit through the back loop, purl 1, back loop, purl, and knit through the back loop, and then join the back stitches. So I'm just making sure that you have those stitches on your another needle, and use your working yarn, not the tail that we cut. And that's this little pattern that we did, it's going to go across both of these sides because it's going to be a center seam. So we're going to do the same thing here. Purl one, and don't worry if that first stitch is too loose, we'll tighten it up. Purl one, knit through the back loop, purl one, knit through the back loop, purl one, knit through the back loop. I'm going to place another marker. And then we're going to knit across all of the back stitches. Okay, so I'm at the last 6 stitches. So now to place, they want a unique beginning of the round marker. So I'm going to use this giant circle one. And then we're doing knit through the back loop. Purl one, knit through the back loop, purl one, put your stitches back on the needle, knit through the back loop, and purl one, and then we're gonna just start start knitting straight into our other side. This is my other needle. So that was a purl one, so now we're gonna knit one through the back loop, purl one, knit through the back loop, purl one, knit through the back loop, purl one. There we go. Got a couple going here. Okay, so we have our sides connected. Again, that will tighten up and we'll kind of camouflage that when we do the sleeves. So now all of our pieces are joined together, and I'll do a couple more rounds and then show you what it should look like. Okay, so we have it joined. This side. Here, so then just keep knitting.